Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today's video is going to be all about stress and different life hacks and ways to cope with stressful times and all that good stuff. And you guys actually requested this after seeing my sick day or sick day routine life hacks type video. If you haven't seen that video, I'll have it linked down below. I really like the way that one turned out. And yeah, I asked you guys in that video if you'd like to see a video on stress and periods. The period one is coming, but here today is the stress one. And before we hop into the video, I wanted to give a quick shout out to my Instagram. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, my username is just Miss Mikayla G, like it is everywhere else. You guys should definitely follow me. I've been really loving my feed lately, so yeah, follow me on Instagram, that'd be great. And definitely subscribe to this channel if you are new here, but let's go ahead and jump into the stress life hacks. So I just kind of wanted to start off by saying that I do get really stressed out, especially when I was a student. I handled stress in a very weird way, I feel like, but you know what, everyone deals with stress differently. I personally would get to the point where I break down and cry, and that's totally okay if you guys are the same way. Actually, I'd be curious to know if any of you guys do the same, because I always think that I'm just a really emotional person, but that is how I will handle stress most of the time. But I've learned different ways to cope with it and different things that work to make it easier on my life and to kind of get over those stressful times and kind of focus on what's super important at the moment. There are so many different things in our life that can cause stress, including like money, school. School's a really big one if you guys are a student. I'm sure you guys are experiencing that right now, having to deal with tests and homework, and if you're in college, just having to handle all of it on top of like a social life and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But money is a really big one for adults. I can definitely put myself in those shoes as well. It's really hard being an adult, and so yeah, stress is all around us, but it's the way we deal with it is kind of what makes us the person we are, if that makes sense. I don't want to get too deep. Let's go ahead and jump into the actual tips for you guys. Tip number one is to keep things tidy. I'm showing you guys my desk just because that's a good example. If you have a cluttered desk with a lot of things going on, it's going to be hard to focus your mind on your homework or what you need to do. So I personally like having a really clean desk and really minimal things on my desk. Maybe something decorative, or I like having a cactus on there just because it's a cute plant and it adds some greenery. But keeping your desk stuff and even like your life to a minimum with stuff, which is something I need to do better at, but that is going to help clear your mind, because there is that saying like clear bedroom, clear mind. I don't really know the saying, but I think that's what they say, and it totally works. Second tip is to set the mood. I have used candles in the past just because that's nice and calming, but lately I've been using a nebulizer, I think is the name. It's like a diffuser for essential oils. I got mine from Sage, and I really like it because it really does freshen up your room. It's very calming. It has a nice like mist coming out of it, and it's just really nice and relaxing to have a fresh scent lingering around you at all times. It really keeps my stress levels down when I'm working on, you know, different projects and stuff. So yeah, definitely having a scent or different thing like that around you can help calm you down. Now that we've established that our surrounding area needs to be clean and fresh smelling, we can go ahead into the actual tasks that we need to complete. I personally love to-do lists because I find them super helpful, and it's really nice to visually see everything that you need to get done. This can kind of stress people out, especially if you have a lot on your plate, and you know, that's kind of going into my next topic. But yeah, to-do lists are great, especially if you have planners and stuff. Always make to-do lists, and then it feels really good when you can check something off. And with that being said, my next tip is to prioritize. I found this really important in high school to, you know, prioritize my time, focus on what's important, and whatever is like half important, chuck it, because you don't have time to worry about it, you don't have time to do it, and it's not worth the hassle trying to do a billion things at once. It's really not. You're gonna get run down and it's not gonna be good. One of my tips on how you guys can prioritize your time is take sticky notes and write down everything you need to do. Stick them all on a single sticky note, and then once you are finished that, you can go ahead and put them one on top of each other, and then have the most important task on the top and the least important task on the bottom. That way you stack them on top and you can only see one of the sticky notes. That way you can focus on one thing, get it done, take it, and then move on to the next one. I think this is a really good tip if you guys have like a lot of projects and stuff, but just in general, if you guys are, you know, making too many commitments, that you're in too many clubs, or you said yes to too many things, it's okay to say no if you're getting too much on your plate. Trust me, you're gonna thank yourself in the long run. The next tip is for those of you that are dealing with stressful times versus like tasks and just a really big to-do list. This is like when you're, I don't know, maybe you're in a fight with a friend and it's just not going well and you need to get your mind off something, and you know You've all had one of those times. That's what I'm talking about. Basically, my tip is to take a break, whether that's going for a drive or, you know, going to the park and just hanging out outside or using a coloring book. I find that those are really, really nice and relaxing to get your mind off things. Or this is totally if you need a break from your homework and you just need something to do for a couple minutes. You can also watch YouTube, but you might fall into that trap, but if you're on my channel, it might be useful. The next tip is pretty simple for those of you that want to keep your stress levels down, and that is don't procrastinate on anything. I personally used to procrastinate my homework all the time, and that just did not work out. Trust me, you're going to feel 1,000 times better if you get it done ahead of time and have some extra time to do whatever you want. Trust me, don't procrastinate. It's not worth it. Just do it. The next tip is don't stress about the things that you cannot do anything about. If there's something that you're worrying about but you have no control over it and you can't do anything about it in this moment, stop worrying about it, because it's not worth it. It's not going to change anything, and it can just like hurt even more, and it's just a waste of your brain space basically. And so that's kind of why my next tip is clear your head. Maybe you want to go for a walk or a drive like I said, or you can go for a walk, or I really like to stretch and listen to music. That's a really good one. Just do something to clear your head, and most of the time if you sleep on whatever you're stressing about, you're gonna feel way less stressed about it the next morning. If it is something that you don't need to like complete or anything, if it's just something that you're dealing with, then yeah, sleeping on it is a really good tip, and that has definitely worked many times for me. And my last tip for you guys is to reward yourself, because obviously we are all dealing with different stressful things in our life, but it's nice to reward ourselves and, you know, calm down once the task has been done or once the stresses have gone away. I think that's super important, whether that be getting a treat like Starbucks or something to, you know, be done your to-do list or something, or doing a face mask at the end of the night just to calm down and get your mind off things. So yeah, those are basically all of the life hacks. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up so more people can find this video too, and let me know in the comments down below if you like these kind of videos, if you'd like me to do more, or what you liked about it. I would love to know, and I love seeing your guys' comments. And again, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you lovely people in my next video. Have a great day. Bye!